In previous lessons, we talked about the select object command, and we used that to filter out the properties or the column headings. Now we want to filter out the rows, and in this lesson we're going to learn how to filter various rows and some snags that we'll run across in that. So first of all, let's review and remind ourselves about the select object to filter properties. So let's take our old friend getService. And if I just type a getService command and go back up to the top here, you'll see that I have the status, the name, and the display name. But we said that there are other properties about services that we don't see here, but they exist nonetheless. And we took a look at those by sending it out to a CSV file. So let's remind ourselves how to do that. We're going to take the getService command. All I did there, by the way, was hit the up arrow. So I got back down to my prompt and redid my command. So I'm going to send this out. I'm going to export to, whoops, I have my caps lock on. Export CSV, and we will send it to my desktop, and we'll call it service.csv, like that. There we go. Let's go take a look at that on my desktop. And we'll see, oh yes, I have a whole bunch of properties here. I only saw 3 of them. Let me stretch these out. I saw the name property. Let's highlight that. I saw the name property. I saw the display name property, and I saw the status property. Right? These were the 3 that showed on the screen. Let's highlight those. Those, display name, and name. Those were the 3 properties I saw on the screen when I ran this. But the others existed. And then we used the select object command to exclude some and maybe include others. Let's do this command again, but this time I'm going to leave that export CSV on there, and I'm going to add another pipe, and this time I'm going to select object. And I want the name, and I want the status. By the way, these will now be in a different order. Up here I had the status first, and then the name, and then the display name. But this time I want the name and the status, and let's say I don't want the display name, but I want the can-stop property. Alright, let's run this again. By the way, it's going to error out here. I knew that it was going to error out because I did this on purpose, because I wanted you to see about, again, I remind you about reading these. Don't just see a bunch of red and then stop. The process cannot access the file, desktop services, because it's being used by another process. Oh yes, I didn't close my file over here, which I'm going to have to close first before I can run this command. So now let's try that command again. This time it will be successful. And let's go back over here to Services CSV. And now you see that because of the select object command, I only have 3 properties left here. So, name, status, and can stop. All the others are gone. And they're gone because the select object didn't just change what shows, it actually changed what exists in this object. So this service object now only has these 3 properties. So you can see we have actually deleted columns from our output. But the question is now, how can we delete rows from the output? So that is the subject of today's lesson, and let's dig into it in the next video.